I'm going to go over the 10 things that you need to know before you buy a Surron Light BX. This is not in any particular order. The first thing you need to know is that it's not replacing your motorcycle. Don't buy a Surron Light BX thinking it will replace your motorcycle. It's not going to replace your motorcycle. Why? The simple answer is range. You're going to be able to travel on a motorcycle, a fuel motorcycle, but you're not going to be able to travel on like a Surron Light BX. Basically, you want to use these Surron Light BX alongside your motorcycle. It's an addition to your motorcycle. It's a bike that you want to add to the stable. And it has its own role already. A Light BX, essentially it's a powered bicycle, right? If you use it as a powered bicycle, you're going to have a lot of fun with it. Okay, the second thing you need to know is like the size. It's smaller than a dirt bike. It's about the size of a mountain bike. It's just powered. It's basically a powered mountain bike. And it's super lightweight. It's super lightweight compared to like a motorcycle. The third thing that you need to know is going to be weight. It's the lightest e-moto on the market. At 125 pounds, it's the lightest. Because it is lighter, it makes it easier to ride and easier to learn on. You know, that weight makes it easy to pick up if you have a get off or you drop it riding on the trail. It's not hard to pick up at all. Anybody can pick it up. The lighter weight makes it easier to transport, right? Whether you throw it in your car or the back of a truck, it's not such an ordeal loading it and transporting it. Okay, number 4 thing that you need to know is the range. The range for a stock Surron Light BX is 30 to 40 miles of range. Basically, the stock battery is a 39 amp hour battery. So amp hours is pretty close to equivalent per mile on average. So it's a 39 amp hour battery. I'm going to get about 39 miles on it, depending on some circumstances, throttle control and stuff like that, right? But it fully charges in less than 3 hours. It's just over 2 hours, I think. The number 5 thing you need to know before you buy a Surron Light BX is power. The Surron Light BX is the least powerful e-moto on the market. That's right. It's one of the least powerful e-motos on the market. Battery capacity determines the power, right? So it's a 60 volt, 39 amp hour, 8,000 watts battery that's stock on the new 2025 Light BXs. It's pretty powerful. It can like do wheelies and stuff, and really it's plenty of power stock wise anyway. It's still able to get around and do a lot of stuff you want. It has lots of torque below 20 miles per hour. Has a top speed of like 47 to like 50 miles per hour. It really is pretty powerful, even stock, being the least powerful on the market. You know, the 2025 Light BX is upgraded with an 8,000 watt battery, so it does have some more torque and a little better power than previous Surron Light BXs. Okay, the number 6 thing that you need to know before buying a Light BX is it's super easy to ride. There's no clutch to work. There's no shifting gears. It's better having both brakes on the handlebars to use finger input to adjust the brakes rather than using your big toe and a big boot, like a regular dirt bike. It's super smooth. There's not a lot of vibration. There's no heat or exhaust to deal with. And like I mentioned before, it's super lightweight, so that makes it just super easy to ride. It has a low seat height because it's not really as big as a dirt bike, or has a very narrow frame as well, making it easier to ride. And it's just easy to ride in so many ways. Smaller, lighter, not all the things that you need to think about, on a regular dirt bike. And it's very nimble, right? Because it is light and slim, and they're a lot of fun to ride. And they're easy to ride. And I think that's why you see so many young kids just crushing wheelies on them, right? Because they're easy to ride. Okay, the number 7 thing that you need to know is they're super easy to maintain, right? No air filter to clean, no oil changes, no fuel to worry about, no valves to be adjusting, no clutch packs to replace or deal with. It just has less moving parts to wear out. The three main components on the Light BX are basically the battery, the controller, and the motor. Those are the things you got to worry about the most. The battery is the biggest concern, but just don't let it drain too low. If it drains too low, it doesn't want to recharge, and then you got issues. The battery is an expensive component of the bike, so just don't let the battery drain too low and you'll be fine. The controllers and motors are usually not a problem until you start modifying one of the three main power components. Right, so as long as you run the stock controller and the stock motor, it's not a problem for the durability and reliability of those components. It's when you start modifying things is when stuff can start happening. So for the most part, all those three components are pretty reliable and they're not hard to maintain, or be careful when you do modify. Number 8, what would you use it for? To me, ultimately, I think they're the best for like local use or like city use. I live in Vegas. I think they're perfect for Vegas because Vegas is like a city, but it's just like a big, huge suburb. So everything's connected and everything's close, even though it's like suburb type, and they're perfect for that. Local stuff, not going far, right? They're good for like pit bikes, trail riding, take them camping with the family, take them to Moto events to use them like, as pit bikes or, just messing around, I feel like the Light BX is mostly for street use. There's a movement with these Surron Light BXs with kids and, they're running around neighborhoods, sidewalks, neighborhoods, like mostly street. And they can be used for commuting, right? You can like commute locally. It's not too far away, I think a lot of kids use them for commuting like to school, right? Like you can go, a few miles. You're not going crazy far, but okay, number 9. They're fun for the whole family because they're easy to ride and they're light and, your kids can ride them. Your kids can learn to ride them. Your kids can learn to ride from riding these Light BXs. Your old lady can ride it. You can teach your old lady to ride because they're more simple, so it's not such a steep learning curve as like trying to learn a motorcycle and all these things that you need to do. You can let your buddies ride them, right? Even if your buddies don't know how to ride, like it's easy to just let somebody get on it and let them try it. It's just a matter of turning it on, twisting the throttle and braking, but it's fun for the whole family. And then number 10, probably the most important thing, is cost. How much are you going to pay to buy one of these Surron Light BXs? Okay, brand new, still in the box, they're from like about $4,000 up to like $6,000. Yes, for the Surron Light BX. You can buy them used for like around $3,000. If you buy it at a dealer price is like $4,600. That's not including out the door fees or taxes. So that's why they can get up to like $6,000. Because if you buy them at a dealer and you're paying all those fees and taxes, it's close to 6. Probably over 6 at some places, especially like here in Vegas. People are importing them from overseas. That's what I do. But you got to be careful about ordering them overseas off of websites. You need to verify that it's a legit dealer. You need to verify that it's not a scam. It is much riskier just importing them from China or overseas. And with tariffs and everything that's going on currently, you could order it and then it can come and like cost you a lot more money because tariffs change and stuff. So it's a gamble. You just got to be careful if you are doing that. I don't think everybody wants to take on that kind of risk. You can find them on Marketplace for cheaper, but then again, you like need to go and verify that it's a legit Surron and that people aren't stealing them and just, grinding off serial numbers and stuff. Like, you want to make sure it checks out. But you can find them cheaper on Marketplace. I'm selling them locally, a Surron dealer that I import them, so they're legit Surrons and they have serial numbers on them, and I have paperwork verifying that it's the correct one, right? So you have proof of ownership. I'll put an email down below. Email me if you're local to Vegas and you're interested in buying one of these. I have some in stock. Those are the 10 things that I think you should know before you buy a Surron Light BX. They're a ton of fun. They're super easy to ride, super easy to maintain, fun for the whole family. They're just pretty cool. And it's not replacing your motorcycle. It's something to add to your stable to go along with your motorcycles that you might use for different purposes. Affiliate links below if you're interested in local to Vegas. Let me know. I got some. Comment down below. Are you running a Light BX? Do you like the Surron Light BX? Because everybody comes out with different bikes that are like trying to beat the Surrons, right? The Surrons are like the marker for everybody. They're trying to get bigger batteries and all this stuff, but I still prefer the Surrons. Even though they're the lightest and the least powerful, they're still fun as hell, but it's like that build quality about them is good. Comment down below if you're like a Surron Light BX kind of guy like I am. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget, comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I will catch you guys later.